I met your girl today. You would be proud of her. She acts a lot like you, though just a bit demure. You would have loved this day, watching the timbers rise, the 100-year-old barn against cerulean sky. I never made too much when I would play your place. Still I could sing my songs and figure out the pace. After we'd shut her down, we'd talk away the night. I'd crash out on your couch to the glow of the wood stove light. Bitter winds pouring in through frosted window panes. Strong coffee in the morning pounding through my veins. It was a world apart, a place of last retreat. Old spooks and the ghost of Grant, hand in hand walking down the street. Hey, I went back last year. You wouldn't know the place. It's a big-time tourist town, not one old familiar face. Remember Willie Fair, that drunk old crazy sot? He passed out and he froze to death in the town that time forgot. We were so hungry then, living life like a travelogue, flying low through the rolling hills in the early morning fog. Appaloosas galloping to granite-studded fields, Clive Gregson on the tape deck to my humming wheels. Was a little girl last time I played for you, but now she's all grown up, a woman in full bloom. You would be proud of her. There's a lot of you I see as she lights another cigarette and she sings my songs with me. Hey folks, I'm Chris Vallillo and welcome to Hickory Ridge Concerts Virtual on our special June 19th program. I'm getting ahead of myself. Our concert on the July is the 17th. We've got a wonderful show for you tonight. Chicago blueswoman Donna Herula is here with us, and she's bringing along some incredible musicians. So stick around for a wonderful night of music and conversation. Now, As with our traditional live shows, I completely appreciate the fact that most of you are really here for the pie. So let me share tonight's pie. And I have to be very careful because this is a very juicy pie and it'll spill out all over the place. What we have here, there we go, I'm already dripping, is a cherry pie made by my wife, Dory. And it is a very special pie. It is a traditional Father's Day cherry pie that we have had by picking the cherries from the tree in my front yard, which was a gift to me, about 20 years ago from my wife as we waited to adopt our daughter Maggie from China. So the tradition has always been that I get a Father's Day pie with fresh cherries, and I'll tell you what, I can't wait. So I hope you've got a pie of your own or a dessert of some form to share with us, either during the show or during our conversation section at the end. And of course, we will be speaking with Donna and her band at the end of the show for about 30 minutes. If you have thoughts, comments, questions, put them into the chat, and we'll pass them on to Donna and the group when we get the opportunity to do so. Now, I did get a piece of mail here recently I want to share with you folks. It is from Terry and Bonnie Kramer. And they say, Dear Hickory Ridge Concerts, we enjoyed the Will Merring and Robert Boland Hickory Ridge virtual concerts Saturday, May the 15th. The rhubarb and raspberry pie, made especially for you by your wife, looked excellent. And the quality of the pie, being what it is, should always be eaten on fine china. However, for future presentations, would you please switch from plastic silverware to prevent the silverware against the china noise from coming through the microphone? And they sent me 2 pieces to use. The choice of which plastic fork to use would be determined based on the flakiness of the pie crust. All right, well, I will check these out and I will let you know which one of these is the more appropriate one. Although I will mention that one of them had their tongue broken off on the way. But that won't keep me from eating pie, I guarantee it. All right, so we have a very special show tonight for you, and I just happened to be going through my Facebook feed today, and it brings up the 2-year back thing. Well, 2 years ago, right about now, I was taking the stage at the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Museum with the 16th Street Baptist Church Choir, and we were performing the show Oh Freedom Songs of the Civil Rights Movement for a special Juneteenth celebration. Now, I imagine most of you folks have heard the news that Juneteenth has now been elevated to a national holiday, and I am so happy to hear that. So, in honor of that, I thought I'd go back and pull out a song from that show. This was a song called Wade in the Water, whose roots go all the way back to the days of the Underground Railroad, but it played a very important role during the Civil Rights Movement, especially in the summer of 1963, when wade-ins were conducted at what had traditionally been whites-only beaches at St. Augustine, Florida. Now, Dorothy Cotton of the Southern Christian Leadership Council was there, and she wrote about it. She said, "We took the kids down to the beach, not realizing it was going to be so bad. When we got there, I could see it was tense. All these policemen congregated around, and 5 or 6 feet away, a group of hoodlums. Well, they started yelling obscenities at us, but we went ahead, me and a group of teenage girls. We were afraid, but we felt we had to go. Well, after a period of harassment, they really charged. They knocked those little girls like they were men. One girl got a broken nose, and there was messed up eyes and faces. Well, after the beatings, we went away. But we sang that old song, Wade in the Water. We decided we'd come back again. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, God's gonna trouble that water. Well, now the Jordan River is chilling cold. Chills the body, but it frees the soul away in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble that water. Well, now who those children that are dressed in white? Looks like the children that are fighting for their rights. Oh, wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble that water. Children that are dressed in red, looks like the children Martin Luther King led. Oh, wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble that water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water, wade in the water, children. God's gonna trouble that water. There you go. In celebration of Juneteenth, the old civil rights song, Wade in the Water. Alrighty, now a few things to share with you. If you are joining us for the first time, we do this series once a month, third Saturday of the month. We are so glad to have folks join in with us and be a part of this celebration. We are supported through your donations exclusively. So if you are able to throw in some money, we greatly appreciate it. If you are not able to, we want you to be here regardless. And I do want to take a moment to thank a number of people, and I won't bother to embarrass you by name, but we've probably had 5 different individuals that made substantial donations, which are largely the reason we're still able here to send this music out to you. So the links are below, and always glad to hear from you, even if it's only to send me plastic forks. Glad to get those as well. All right, now, our next show is on July the 17th, and it will be featuring friends of the concert, Gary and Roberta Gordon from down in Southern Illinois. I'll tell you more about them later in the show. But let's get on to the headline portion of our program tonight. Now, the blues music has always spoken universally to people of all races, creeds, and colors. And Donna Herula is a master of the Chicago styles in old-time blues. She was born and raised on the north side of Chicago. She's a singer-songwriter, country blues musician, Chicago blues musician, roots musician. She covers a lot of territory. But the best part of all is that she is an outstanding singer and player, and her latest recording, Bang at the Door, is simply tearing the country apart. So let's bring them on and chat a little bit before we turn them loose. Hey, Donna, how you doing?
Hi, so glad to be here.
Yeah, we're glad to finally make it happen. You and I have been talking about this gig for about a year.
Yeah. I know. During
So,
the COVID times.
well, yeah. Well, and this is how we deal with it. We
That's
keep doing the
awesome.
music and we find a new way to share it. So I've got to ask you about the CD. I have heard it is currently #1 on the blues charts. Is that correct?
That is correct. I was so
Wow.
excited that happened when we found out on Monday, and
Man.
just really thrilled.
Well, that's gotta-
Yep.
Go ahead.
It was the last 6 weeks. It was #1 on the acoustic blues subtype, but then it actually went up to the blues overall on Monday. So
Wow.
I'm thrilled. Really,
Well,
we're all thrilled about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have earned this with all of your years of hard work, and we're so pleased for you. But you also mentioned it was on another chart for 5 weeks. That was the acoustic blues chart.
That was acoustic blues chart, and then it's still on that now. And one of the songs was the last month. I think there was a song called "Can't Wait to See My Baby," which we're going to be playing tonight. It's been being played a lot on the Bluesville Sirius XM BB King's
nice.
Bluesville. So which is really cool that they picked up one of the songs and they're playing it a
absolutely.
lot. So I'm really happy to hear that too. So it's
Yeah,
really. I had no idea. Like, you write songs. Like, I wrote most of the songs on the album, like 11 of the 14, and you just never know how people are going to respond. And I'm just really, really, really happy about
Yeah.
that.
Well, as an artist, it's kind of a leap of faith. You
Yeah.
put your heart and soul into the
Yep.
things that you write and perform, and then you
Yep.
just toss it out there, and
Yep.
you pray to God somebody finds it and
Right.
enjoys it.
That's right. You put everything into it.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned 11 of the 14 songs are original songs, but I know your style. You write in the tradition. So
Yes.
you're writing new music that has that strong sense of roots and history to it.
Absolutely, yes,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what's happened. So it's almost like it could have been played in the 1920s, but it has the modern versions.
Well,
You're going to hear some of the songs like that. To like, I do
Yeah.
a ragtime song that it sounds like it's the 1920s, but it's really about today.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I just
yeah.
love that. I love when an artist takes a style like that and then moves it forward.
Right.
Music is
You
a
have-
living thing.
That's right, and you have to do that if you want the
Yeah.
music to continue on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, well, listen, there's a lot we've got to talk about, but let's get to some music. Friends, please join me in welcoming Donna Herula and her band, and I'm going to let you introduce the gentleman. We'll talk afterwards.
All right, ready? One,
Introduce
two.
the song.
All right, we're going to do a song called Write Me a Few Lines, and it was a song by Fred McDowell, and later Bonnie Raitt covered it. And, I'm a slide guitar player, just like Chris, so we're going to start off with some traditional tunes here to kind of pay tribute to those, traditional, folk blues people. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You get home, baby, write me a few your lines. When you get home, little baby, write me a few your lines. Let the way of the water wash my troubles down. All right. Hope you guys like the traditional music, the traditional blues. We're going to do a song that was actually out of Memphis, and there's a man by the name of Furry Lewis. I know it's kind of a funny name, but he was a street sweeper out in Memphis, Tennessee. Great slide player too, but this is not a slide. This one's not a slide tune. But it's called Good Looking Gal Blues, but we changed it to Good Looking Man Blues. So here we go. Wish your man was long and tall like mine. Don't you wish your man was long and tall like mine? He's so good looking, I declare he's mine. My good man said he doesn't want me no more. My good man said he doesn't want me no more, but it's on my mind everywhere I go. The train I ride is 16 coaches long. The train I ride is 16 coaches long. Don't hold nothing but chocolate to the bone. I'm worried now, been worried all day long. I'm worried now, worried all day long. You know I'll be worried till the day I'm gone. Don't you wish your man was long and tall like mine? Don't you wish your man was long and tall like mine? He's so good looking, I declare he's mine. All right. All right. All right, there we go. Well, it's really great to be here. You know, this is the technology. We're able to do this, you know? So this next song, it's actually called The Soul of a Man by Blind Willie Johnson. Yes, Blind Willie Johnson. He was a wonderful slide guitar player and singer, kind of a church man. And his music was so wonderful that when they were deciding which songs were going to go, I think it's called The Voyager, when they shipped up the best music of the earth, some of his music was on the golden disc that was sent out into space. And this one's called Soul of a Man. It's actually one of the 3 cover songs on the new album that we just put out a month ago called Bang at the Door. So, how you doing there?
Good.
All right. 1, 2. trees, traveled to foreign lands, found nobody could tell me just what is the soul of a man. I want somebody to tell me, answer if you can. Want somebody to tell me just what is the soul of a man. I saw a crowd standing talking, came up just in time to see a judge, doctor, and lawyer say a man ain't nothing but his mind. I want somebody to tell me, answer if you can. Want somebody to tell me just what is the soul of a man. I read the Bible often, I try to read it right, far as I can understand. A man is more than his mind. I want somebody to tell me, answer if you can. I want somebody to tell me just what is the soul of a man. One more time. I want somebody to tell me, give me an answer if you can. I want somebody to tell me just what is the soul of a man. All right, there you have it. So we're going to play some original tunes from our new album. This is the one I was telling you about with the that's being played a lot. It's called Can't Wait to See My Baby. So
You good?
yep. To see my baby, will be coming in tonight. I'll meet him at the station, gonna squeeze him tight. I'm riding to Chicago, I'll be jumping off this train. We'll be walking round downtown and drinking pink champagne. Can't wait to see my baby, we're going out tonight. Seen my baby in 27 days. I miss his hugs and kisses and his trouble-making ways. I can't wait to see my baby. I'll be coming into town. We'll be rock and rolling with both feet off the ground. Can't wait to see my baby. Gonna have some fun tonight. We'll be rocking all night long, keep the neighbors right away. Conductor cries Chicago, I grab my bags, it's time. Steel wheels slowing down, I'm pushing through the line. All the doors are gonna open, I'll see the pretty city lights. Shower him with kisses, have a real good time tonight. Can't wait to see my baby. We're going out tonight. Can't wait to see my baby. Gonna have some fun tonight. Can't wait to see my baby. We'll have some fun tonight. All right. There we go. So we're going to do a tune now, a couple of them that are on the new album. Well, actually several of them, but this one is kind of fun because it's a sing-along. And I know when you're at home, you want to participate. So this song is about having to move back home to your childhood home as an adult. I don't know if some of you had to do that, or some of you are doing it right now, or ever had that experience, but sometimes, you know, it's hard after you're an adult, and then you have to go back and sometimes follow the rules of your parents. So there's some of you that might have been in that situation, going back to your old room and things like that, and there's some of you maybe that are parents that had your kids move back in. So that's what the song is about. And you can sing with us. We're going to say moving back home, and both Tony and Mark are going to sing the response, because that's what blues music is all about, is call and response, right? So here we go. Lost my job and all that I own. Got no money, can't get a loan. Stack of bills and no cell phone. Now I got to move back home. My old room hasn't changed at all. Stars and planets all over the wall. A Snoopy blanket and a Bozo doll. A bird and Ernie bat and ball. Vinyl records on the floor. A big Prince poster on the door. A Rubik's Cube on my desk. The Breakfast Club on VHS. I'm moving back home.
Moving back home.
I'm moving back home.
Moving back home.
I don't wanna, but I got to move back home. Moving back home.
Moving back home.
Moving back home.
Moving back home.
I don't wanna, but I got to move back home. Now I'm back in my old bed, my feet ain't part hanging off the end. I know where I'm going, know where I've been. I'm leaving here, but I don't know when. I love my mama, don't she goes through my things when I am gone. Saturdays I can't sleep in or she'll whack me with her rolling pin. Moving back home,
Moving back home,
moving back home.
moving back home.
I don't wanna, but I got to move back home. Moving back home,
Moving back home,
moving back home.
moving back home.
I don't wanna, but I got to move back home. Let's hear you, Tony. All right. Moving back home,
Moving back home,
moving back home.
moving back home.
I don't wanna, but I got to move back home. Moving back home,
Moving back home,
moving back home.
moving back home.
I don't wanna, but I got to move back home. All right. That was fun. Thanks for those of you that were singing along. So the next tune we're going to do is called Who's Been Cooking in My Kitchen? And it's another one that I wrote for this new album that just came out a month ago. And again, like when Chris was talking about, do we do songs that seem traditional, but it's really modern words kind of thing? So this is kind of exactly what we're talking about with this tune where, I really enjoy listening to the classic blues women of the 1920s like Bessie Smith and Ma Rainey. And, so they had songs that had a lot of double entendres in there where they're not really talking about what they're singing about. So that's kind of like this one here. We're not really talking about the kitchen. So maybe I'll just leave it there. So, okay, here we go. Who's been cooking in my kitchen, frying with my pan, using up the oil, trying to satisfy my man? Who's been cooking in my kitchen, spilling sugar on the floor, leaving biscuit crumbs and honey, and my baby wanting more? Who's been cooking in my kitchen? Who's been sneaking in my door? Cooking in my kitchen, boiling ham bone in my pot, baking sweet potatoes and making things so hot. Who's been cooking in my kitchen, shopping at my store, squeezing juice lemons and butter in the corn? Who's been cooking in my kitchen? Who's been sneaking out my door? I'm going in my kitchen, I'm gonna make a jelly roll, add more cinnamon and spices to my mixing bowl. And when I'm not in my kitchen, He can cook for himself. He won't need assistance with anybody else, 'cause I'll be cooking in my kitchen. No more sneaking in my kitchen. I'll be steaming up my kitchen. He'll be begging me for more. There you have it. Who's been cooking in my kitchen? Really not talking about the kitchen there.
You sure?
No. All right, so we're going to go on and do a little something. It's actually the title track of the new album, which is Bang at the Door. And you think, Chris plays resonator guitar, and, I play resonator guitar, but Tony is now going to play resonator. So if you think you had enough with resonators, it's just going to, more and more. So now we have 2 resonators in the band, right, for this next tune here.
I'm getting a resonator, please.
Mark said, yeah, he wants to learn resonator too, so we can have 3 resonators going at one time. How about that?
I'm up for it.
That'll resonate with me.
That's resonating with us. All right.
Aesthetically vibrating.
And let's hear it for Mark Edelstein
Thank you.
and Tony Whitrock, Donna Herula. All right, so we're going to do Bang at the Door. 1, 2, 3. Banging going on. He's coming in. All right. All right. We're doing B flat for this next one, right?
Yeah.
I think I need to change the.
Okay.
All right. It's a Buck of White tune. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking funny in my eyes. I believe I'm fixing to die. I believe I'm fixing to die. I'm looking funny in my eyes. Believe I'm fixing to die. I know I was born to die, but I hate to see my children cry. Just as sure as we're living, I believe we're sure born to die. I believe we're sure born to die. Just as sure as we're living, believe we're born to die. I know we're born to die, but I hate to see my children cry. Treated me like I was her baby child. I was her baby child. Your mother treated me like was a baby child. That's why I came so hard to come back home and die. So many times my children cry around my bedside. Around my bedside, so many times my children cry around my bedside, and it breaks my heart to say goodbye. Children back before they let me down, before they let me down. Mother, take my children back before they let me down. Ain't no need for them to scream and cry on the burying ground. Yeah.
Man, oh man, I'm feeling the spirit.
Woohoo! All right, Fixin' to Die. That was a Buck of White tune, and Buck of White was a great slide guitar player. He was actually B.B. King's cousin. He was his older cousin, and played a lot of more very raw, like the Delta blues is very raw, and I love it, and I love the polyrhythms and all of that. So whenever I play shows, and when we play shows together, really like to have, both Delta blues, Chicago blues, country blues, a little bit of jazz, that kind of thing. So have a real mix of tunes. On this new album, we actually have country, we have jazz, we have blues, Delta blues, Chicago blues, New Orleans tune, which we're not doing that one tonight, but we just lots of different styles. I just love all the kinds of Americana, folk, blues kind of style. So this next is a little jazzier, but Something Wrong with My Baby. Something's wrong with my baby. He's so sad and blue. I try to make him happy, but I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. give him sweet kisses. He wasn't hungry and he went to bed. He wasn't hungry and he went to bed. Ooh, something's wrong with my baby. He's so sad and blue. I don't know what to do. Sometimes I feel so lonesome, feeling like meeting someone new. But my heart is oh so heavy, and I know it's something I'll never do. I know it's something I'll never do. Something's wrong with my baby. He's so sad and blue. Try to make him happy, but I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I won't give up on my baby. I hope you'll change his mind, 'cause he won't go to the doctor. He tells me everything is fine. And then I sit alone and I cry. Ooh, something's wrong with my baby. I don't know what to do. He's so sad and blue. Something's wrong with my baby. He's so sad and blue. Try to make him happy, but I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. All right, so we're gonna do a Chicago blues song. So I wrote that last one and this one here as well, called "I Got No Way Home." On the record, it has more instrumentation, but we had to scale down for today's show. Sometimes we play with other drummer and things like that, but a lot of times we play together as a trio, and I think it sounds pretty darn good, don't you guys? Hope you guys are having a good time at home as well. All right. Can you help me out, sister? I'm in a bind. I had a real good time drinking whiskey and wine. We started at 8, we danced till 1. Oh, me and my baby having so much fun, but I got no way home.
No way home,
I got no way home.
no way home.
I got no way home, and my baby left me here alone. Was it something I did? Was it something I said that made my baby lose his head? I wanted to stay, he wanted to go, so my baby took off down the road. I got no way home.
No way home,
I got no way home.
no way home.
I got no way home, and my baby left me here alone. everybody. My friends try to tell me to find another man, one that won't leave me in a jam. But I love my baby, yes I do. Without that man, you know I'll be blue. Can you help me out, sister? I'm in a bind, I drank too much whiskey and too much wine. So pull up a chair and let's sing a song, another round of drinks. Stay here all night long. I got no way home.
No way home.
I got no way home.
No way home.
I got no way home, and my baby left me here alone. Let's hear you guys out there. I got no way home.
No way home.
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 I got no way home, and my baby left me here alone. All right.
It's a good thing we're recording this in my home.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think, how are we doing with time? Because we have a bunch more. I don't want to. We still. Keep going? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
A couple,
No, we.
two more.
two more.
Two more.
Because Pie is waiting.
Gosh, which ones do you
I
want to do?
can't wait.
What I deserve.
Sadly, I'm cheating.
Up above my head for the Smooth Man.
Yeah, I want to do it, or do you just want to skip Promise Me then? Yeah, this is.
It's up
Yeah.
to you.
I would recommend Black Ice.
Oh, yes.
And then
All right.
up above my head.
All right, so I guess we're doing, since I have not played the Chris guitar, this guitar looks like Chris's, but I think his is green and mine is not. It's gray. This is an instrumental. So do, yeah. was called Black Ice. Kind of named after the road that we went off of. This actually once had words, and then kind of liked it better without the words. So became the Black Ice instrumental. So it looks like we have about one more song left. So we have totally enjoyed playing for you. I feel like this time has went by extremely quickly, and really, really has. And just want to thank Chris for having us. I guess this is before the pie break, so we'll be hanging around and talking more. But Chris, Patrick for helping on our end here with the sound, and of course, my lovely bandmates, Mark and Tony.
Lovely.
And I'm Donna Herula, and you can check out my new album, Bang at the Door, on my website. I actually have hard copies that I can mail you if you'd like, or it's also on like iTunes and Spotify and all, everywhere you can imagine. It's on YouTube, all that. So yes, with Juneteenth, and we figured we're going to do a song by a great woman from, she moved to Chicago when she was only 3, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, and she was a gospel singer, and she really popularized gospel tunes. So she was a great guitar player. She was a great singer. So we're going to close our set with Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Can we do this in A flat instead of A? Will you guys be okay with that? Or no?
Do I have a choice?
You're the boss.
All right. Try this one out. Right? 1, 2, 3. Up above my head, Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Donna Herula, Mark Edelstein, and Tony Whitrock. Donna Herula and her band. Boy, wonderful music. I can hear so many different styles coming out of that. Some of that stuff sounded Delta. Some of it sounded Piedmont. Some of it sounded like it was early Chicago blues. Wow, what a wonderful combination of influences. So, Donna, I have to ask you, you are a woman in blues music, and that is traditionally a very male-dominated industry. I mean, there have been a few breakout artists, but artists even like Sister Loretta Tharpe, I mean, she was a huge performer in her time, but to black audiences primarily. I only heard about her a few years ago, and when I first heard and saw a video of her, I was just blown away.
Yeah.
How has it been for you as a woman and a white woman jumping into blues music?
Well, it's pretty funny. My husband even says things about this, like I'll go up to play and everybody's like, oh, rolling their eyes or something. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, like I've had some really great people I've been playing with, and then they're like looking at each other. You can see, like even on videos, you can see people like looking at each other behind me, like what the heck just happened? So it's kind of funny to see, kind of surprise people. I don't mind that. And people have been really cool to me about it, you know? I mean, I was born and raised in Chicago, so like, of course I'm gonna have an influence of Chicago blues in that. But I really love the Delta. I mean, I really liked all that music coming up from Mississippi as well, and how it created Chicago blues. So I mean, I have so many influences. I really do.
Actually,
even country and folk, and you know.
I was reading through your list of influences. Let me just share this list
gosh.
with the audience. Inspired by other slide guitarists, including Rory Block, Johnny Winter, Fred McDowell, Muddy Waters, Robert Johnson, Booker White, Furry Lewis, R.L. Burnside, Elmore James, Robert Nighthawk, Honeywell Edwards, Tampa Red, and Johnny Shines. That's just the blues guys.
That's just the guitar part. And then I have influences
Also,
for songwriting and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Also by the women blues singers and guitar players such as Ma Rainey, Bessie Smith, Sippy Wallace, Memphis Minnie, Sister Rosetta Tharpe, Jessica May Hempel, Bonnie Raitt, and two of your teachers apparently, Maria Moldor and Rory Block. Rory Block is an amazing musician. That has to have been an incredible experience for you. Can you tell us a little about working with her?
Yeah, so like I got to go to her house and spend the weekend with her at her house. Well, I was at a hotel and stuff, but like she spent several days with me showing me stuff, and I asked her like, why, you know, how come you never did this for anybody else? And she says that I was so persistent that I wouldn't stop until until she gave in. So I guess I thought that was kind of funny that I guess I came across that way, because I really wanted to get to the heart of the blues. I really feel it's important to kind of show the emotion, and you know, that was the most important thing to me when I wrote the songs for the album too, is the spirit of Son House, which Son House is a really great original like blues player that had a lot of heart, and I wanted to make sure the songs had a lot of heart in it, and it was about a story, and it was about the truth, and you know, that's why when I saw like Rory Block, she's one of the performers that when I saw her, I felt something, and I wanted to do that where you know, the songs that I write or the music that we play, I want people to feel something, and you know, so I want the words to really mean a lot too.
Sure.
So I've spent a lot of time on creating the words as well as all these other things too.
Sure. Well, you know, I've been involved documenting music and doing folklore work, and it's a very, very delicate process to approach someone you're not a member of their tribe or cultural group, let alone their race, and then explore their art and their music. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I've always tried to do that with respect.
Yeah.
But my gut reaction is when people know that you are sincere in your love of that music or that art form, all these barriers drop. Mm-hmm. Music is universal, and I believe that folks can see that. They can tell that you're truly devoted to it, and they're open to sharing that.
Absolutely.
Now, you guys need to get some pie. I have mine right here. Why don't you go ahead and do that, and I'm going to do a little housekeeping. All right?
Okay.
So, for those of you still with us, and looks like just about everybody, always happy to see that. Let me tell you a little bit about next month's concert. We're going to be featuring a duo from Southern Illinois. They are friends of the concert series, have been with us many, many times, both at Hickory Ridge and when we did Music at the Museum. Gary and Roberta Gordon. Now, you know, I love to present music that touches and then moves forward a different tradition, and now we're going to go in a completely different direction. Gary and Roberta Gordon are masters of traditional Appalachian music, bluegrass, folk, and singer-songwriters whose songs literally sound of the tradition. In the same way that Donna has moved the blues forward. Well, they brought old-time bluegrass and Appalachian folk into their writing and are moving it forward. Masterful musicians. You can just really hear the mountain in their voices and in their playing. So we hope you can join us for that one. I need to give a shout out to the Two Rivers Arts Council here in West Central Illinois, who are sponsoring our concert through a small grant. We really appreciate their efforts to keep us alive. And we will keep doing this as long as we possibly can. As the farmer who won the lottery once said when they asked him, "What you going to do with all the money?" Well, he was going to keep farming till it's all gone. Then we'll just keep doing concerts till it's all gone. So you can help us out by supporting us if you can afford to throw up something. And there you go. There's the way to do it. Now, as I mentioned, we have the Gordons coming next month. We want to thank Hickory Ridge folks that have been with us all these years. And we are looking forward to the time, as yet undetermined, when we'll be able to do concerts live again. So what else do we need to talk about here? Coming up in August, we have an unusual duo called Calisur. Calisur is from Iowa, and it is a man and a woman duo that he is from South America and lived his whole life there and then has emigrated to America. She was daughter of an ambassador and was raised in South America. So they're going to present some incredible South American traditional music. And believe me, these folks are astonishingly good. They normally tour the Performing Arts Center circuit, but through luck, timing, and the internet, we're going to be able to bring them to you live stream in August. So by all means, mark that calendar down. All right, let's get back to our friends and some pie here. There we go.
I kind of ate most of it already.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret, Donna. I got into mine while you were playing.
We had cherry too.
Cherry,
We had both apple and cherry today.
I'll tell you what, and boy, is it good. So if any of you are joining us with pie at home, let us know what you're having. Mylan Bagel, couple of things to explain to you. I noticed you mentioned that the video shot was blurry, and about 3/4 of the way through the shot, I figured out what I think may be the problem. I noticed that the microphone in front of Donna was particularly sharp and clear, and I'm betting the autofocus on the camera centered on that rather than on the performers. So we
let's redo
apologize
the
for a
whole
little
thing.
bit of a blurry shot. And Mark, even if I'm wrong, that's my story and I'm
I
sticking to it.
noticed that too.
But, so also, Mylan, you asked, are you doing any live local concerts in the area now that things have opened up? So pardon me while I do a little shameless self-promotion. Yes, I am in fact starting to do live performances. I did one a week ago for the Western Illinois Museum. And this Wednesday, I will be performing a live outdoor concert at the Clayville Historic Site just west of Springfield. It is a wonderful old historic site where we used to produce the Clayville Music and Storytelling Festival in the late 80s and early 90s. It was allowed to deteriorate and has been brought back up. It was recently purchased by the Pleasant Plains Historical Society, and they put a tremendous amount of effort into restoring it and making it active again. So I will be there. Tomorrow, I'm actually jumping up to Wisconsin. Some of you folks might remember our good friend Al Watson. And if you ever attended a festival I produced, Al Watson was the man running sound. And we lost him this year in a non-COVID related health issue. And we're doing a memorial service in his honor tomorrow. So And then I've got a few other things coming up, but I don't remember what they are. And this isn't about me. If you want to know where I'm up to, go to my website. I'll try to keep my my tour schedule updated. But back to Donna and the band. Now, Donna, I notice you aren't just bringing a few guys that play instruments with you. You're bringing some really high-quality Chicago sidemen. Mark Edelstein was one of the founding members of Special Consensus. He has been playing bluegrass, country, gypsy, jazz, all different styles of music, although I happen to know his true love is bluegrass. But just a master of many, many different styles of music. Tony Whitrock, this is the first time I've actually had a chance to meet you, Tony, but boy, what beautiful playing. And Tony is also a man who is keeping very busy in Chicago. He worked with Ann Filmer of the 16th Street Theater and did a number of shows with them. He has been on the road with a whole range of folks. And like so many others, you know, his influences read like a who's who of music. So Tony, let's just jump in with you for a minute, and then I'll talk to Mark a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing in these times right now when touring just isn't possible.
No, I'm playing music with Donna.
Yeah.
And keeping busy here locally. I've got a couple other acts that I work with from time to time. And it's just really opened up, and it's really nice to see that the club owners and the public are so wanting and drooling at the mouth
Yeah.
to hear the live music again. It's fantastic.
Well, you know, I did my first live outdoor event about 2 weeks ago, and I was really surprised how good a turnout they had. It was
Yeah.
a small festival, outdoor type of thing. Couldn't believe it. It was better than the last time they had done it pre-COVID. And I
Sure.
think you're right. Folks are ready to get out. So
I will never complain about loading gear in my car again.
right there with you. Although I gotta say, I do enjoy the fact that when we finish our show tonight, I'm gonna turn off the camera, shut off the computer, and go downstairs and pour a glass of wine.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, Mark, I know we've crossed paths many times over the years on the road. You played with Special Consensus. You were down at Hickory Ridge, and who was it you were backing up at Hickory Ridge at that time? Do you remember?
Honestly, I can't remember. It's been
Neither do I.
decades.
But
I
I have
every
known your
time-
name and your reputation for many, many, many years. So could you give the folks a little synopsis of some of the things you've been up to?
Oh, certainly. A few years ago, I was in a play called $1 Million Quartet in Chicago at the Apollo Theater. It was
Yes.
about rockabilly. I did that as a cast member for 3 years, and that was a real high point for me. I was in over 1,200 performances, and
Wow.
most actors don't get a chance to be in that many performances in a lifetime, and as a result, I have a pension from Actors Equity.
Oh, how nice.
Miracle. My highest priority right now is working with Donna. This has been
Yeah.
a really wonderful experience on so many levels. First of all, to play with somebody of her caliber, but
Yep.
also I think some of my earliest influences when I was a kid were Chicago blues. I'm a Chicago guy myself. I grew up on the South Side, and I actually went to a lot of bars when I was not quite old enough to be in bars, and heard people like Hound Dog Taylor, Otis Rush, and that was a tremendous influence on my entire musical experience and performance. So to get a chance to play this now is just such a wonderful opportunity.
Well, and you guys are a really tight unit musically. You can tell there's a love of this music between the three of you, and you know there's that connection which good players can have. You know, I caught a couple of moments, Tony, when you turned over and were smiling at Mark. I don't know if you guys pulled off saving a small glitch or if it was just the joy of the playing, but
No, it's strictly. I mean, I listen to Mark and I just have so much fun. It's just,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the tightness comes with the respect and the love that we have playing with one another.
well, absolutely. Now it sounds like things are really going well. This is actually what we were calling your downstate CD release event. I know you did one up in Chicago. About a week ago, 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago?
like a week ago on Tuesday.
And
So
you
like a
had
week and a half ago. Yeah.
you featured a blues singer from Chicago, Catherine Davis, who I have
Yes.
worked with a little bit.
Yes.
And I managed to catch a video clip of that on YouTube. Wow, what a great
She was actually on the
performance.
CD. I had her be a backup singer on
Wow.
2 of the songs. So I had her on Soul of a Man, kind of featured her and doing background
Mm-hmm.
vocals, and then Got No Way Home. And the CD, if you get the CD, it has upright bass, it has piano, it has harmonica, and it has 3-part harmonies. Got No Way Home. And it's just a blowout song. It's just really cool. So she was actually one of the backup singers for that. You have to
Oh, how
I
fun.
love the old blues, and she loves like Bessie Smith and Ma
Yeah.
Rainey and all the classic blues women as well. So we met last year and we just clicked.
Yeah, I could see
think,
that.
Yeah.
I worked with her at the Midwest Folklife Festival back, I think, in 2009, maybe. And just amazed. I mean, the epitome of Chicago blues. I mean, she has the soul of it, right in
Yeah.
the palm of her hand.
Yeah. She was actually at our CD release party too. Yeah. So that was just awesome. Yeah.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So who else is on the CD besides your normal rational of players? Did you pull some other of your influences in, or?
Yeah, what I did, there's on piano for one of the tunes, Got No Way Home, I asked Daryl Davis, and Daryl Davis was, he's just a unbelievable person. I respect him so much. I mean, he had this show, this documentary about like, why do you hate me if you don't know me? I forgot the name of but he's a black man that he played with Chuck Berry for 35 years.
Okay.
So when he was in the bar once, like members of the KKK, like told him that he was like the best player that they've ever seen, and so like he got to talk to people, from the KKK, and he ended up doing this documentary, and he was able to convert a number of people out of it.
Wow.
So accidental courtesy.
I may have actually seen that documentary.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, really unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he also was the organizer of this music camp. He saw me at a open mic, and when I was walking down the stage, he gave me my card and said, "Hey, I teach a music camp at Augusta. I'm the director of
Okay.
a music camp at Augusta, Davis and Elkins College in West
That's
Virginia."
big
And
time.
right, and so he invited me, so I taught out there.
Oh, man.
For a week, this Blues and Swing week. So he was just great to me, and I can go on and on about him. So he's one of the people on there as a special guest. We have Ann Harris, who's a great violin player. She's a Chicago blues player, great violin player. She's on there as a special guest. A teacher at the Old Town School, Catherine Davis. And there was this song actually was produced by both John Shane and F.J. Ventry out in North Carolina. I actually traveled from Chicago to North Carolina twice last year, one right before the pandemic and then right in August. But John was the winner of the International Blues Challenge as a solo player, as well as being the producer of the CD. So he knows a lot about guitar. So I think he had the brain. He was able to understand what I could do and how to pull it out of me, So I'm extremely happy. And FJ is a mirror, he's unbelievable with the sound and ideas and stuff. So I felt very fortunate to have people that really understood acoustic blues, because people are like, why didn't you do it in Chicago? Well, everybody's playing Chicago blues and electric. I'm an acoustic player. I want to go to somebody who really understands acoustic blues, and I end up going out, and I'm really happy with my decision to go out to North Carolina. So.
Well, I
Yeah.
would say, judging from the success of your recording, it probably was a good call.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So are you guys going to be doing anything as the summer opens up and more performance opportunities are beginning to arise? Is there anything on the horizon you want to share with our audience about what might be happening?
Well, tomorrow, my husband Tony and I, there's 2 Tonys, my husband and Tony here. So my husband Tony and I are going to be playing at in Woodstock, Illinois tomorrow at like an outdoor concert. Monday, we're playing at outside at a library, the Schomburg Library, And then we're playing at the Chicago Botanic Gardens on Wednesday.
That's big.
Oh, nice.
So this week is like a busy week, and then I don't know, we don't. Yeah, so we're and then we just got asked to play at Fitzgerald's. They're having a blues. Hello.
Yeah, you're here.
Hello.
All right, you're cutting in and out a
Oh,
little
hello.
bit.
Yeah,
We've
I
had a
know.
little signal issue, but I'm still hearing you.
I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, so we were just asked to play at a blues
Non-titled.
festival in at Fitzgerald's, which they're doing for the first time. They're doing a blues festival in September, on September 24th and 25th. So we just got the email yesterday, so we're like, woohoo!
Ah,
So-
all right. That's great.
Oh, the one other thing I wanted, can I just say something? I'm
Sure.
a teacher at the Old Town School of Folk Music, so
That's right.
I do a lot of, teaching. Right now over the summer, because of all this CD release, I'm not doing my regular 8-week classes, but I'm going back to that in September. But I am teaching some songs off of my album. And one of them, I'm doing one next Sunday. I'm doing Promise Me. It's a folk Americana blues song. We didn't get to that tonight. We were going to do it, but and then Can't Wait to See My Baby, which was that Chicago blues one, and then Black Ice. Black Ice I'm teaching as well. So 3.
Oh, nice.
So it's like
Yeah.
June and then 2 in July. So if people are interested in that, they can always take a look at the Old Town School of Folk Music, and it's all online. So it's not
Oh,
in
good.
person. So anybody from anywhere could take the class. It's only $25. So it's
Yeah.
for an hour and a half class. If people are interested in learning some of the songs on the CD, they can listen to it right on the link. They can hear the song. So
Yeah.
if you're a guitar
Yep.
player, you can check it out.
Yeah. Now that Black Ice song that you played, that sounded almost Piedmont blues to me compared
Yeah.
to a lot of your stuff, which is clearly hardcore Delta influenced. Yeah, I mean, you're
Yeah,
jumping
so-
styles all over the
Yeah.
place. I love it.
So yeah, Black Ice and like Who's Been Cooking in My Kitchen, that's more Piedmont as
Yeah.
well. And then Ragtime with yeah. So there's just I get influenced. You'll even hear it more like on the album too. I have a jazz tune, country tune. Yeah, it's a little bit of gospel. Yeah.
So I got to tell you, I knew you weren't talking about the kitchen. So let me jump back and ask Mark a couple of quick questions here. Mark, were you in Special Consensus back in the days when they used to play at the Iron Rail on Irving Park Road? This is going to be the late 70s and early 80s.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we would have crossed paths back then. I was playing with Ken Carlisle and the Cadillac Cowboys.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man.
So they had you guys' picture up there. They had Jump in the Saddle picture, and they had our picture. These great big, huge, blown up photographs behind the stage at the bar. I always remember that.
Yeah, that
But
was
you guys were-
Willie's bar. Yeah.
Yeah, Louie, Willie. You guys are killing me. Oh man. Well, between the three of you, I mean, you represent this incredible breadth of talent and this huge reservoir of different styles that you're all pulling together.
Don't
And,
make me blush.
Ah. No, but I mean, it's the kind of thing that's so exciting to see. I'm a rural artist, so I'm not surrounded by other artists that I can interact with like you guys can. Chicago is this wealth of talent that you can, work together and create these things. So, you're going to be out. Any plans to tour? Any plans to follow up with some kind of a special program? I'm not going to ask about the new CD because I have one waiting I've got to do, and it takes years to do these things.
Yeah, we really are hoping. I'm hoping that the album will make people interested and want to bring us to their festivals.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking for festivals, and we're looking for more performance theater kind of programs and stuff like that. So we'll see. We just have to do the legwork and hope for the best.
Yeah. Hey, here's a thought. And by the way, I'm using the small fork because the big one, I just can't get enough pie onto it. Are you a member of the Arts Tour and Live Music roster with Illinois Arts Council?
Live
we should
tour, I
talk.
don't even know what about. I'll give you a
It's
call.
a mini grant to support touring artists in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we'll hook up afterwards and talk about that. You should definitely be involved in that.
Cool.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. I'm not quite all the way through my pie yet. So I have to go to my favorite subject of all. Let's talk guitars.
All right.
So the
These-
Triolean,
take
is that
it
a
off.
modern one or is that a vintage one?
The Triolean is a 19. I thought it was 35. Like I had this Triolean expert like take a look at it,
Uh-huh.
and he couldn't figure it out. We thought it was somewhere between 34 and 36. I know. So it has 14 fret. I don't. That's apparently when they started making them 14 fret option.
Okay.
As far as what I was told. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I love the scale of the guitar too. It's like perfect for
Yeah.
me. So it's slightly shorter than the other guitars that I have. So in the body. So yeah,
the
it's a
body,
great-
yeah.
it's a
Be
great
more
design.
comfortable to play.
Yep. And the other one is a tricone that was I must have 15 years ago maybe
Yeah.
95 2005 something like 2005
Yeah, that would make sense. I think
something like that maybe 15 years
they
ago.
were still making them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are
that's
great
great.
guitars.
Yeah, I love 'em.
I love my tricone. The only issue is it weighs so much.
Yes.
I actually bought it as to be my main slide guitar, and to replace a 1936 wood body that I had been using.
Oh, boy.
It just weighed so much, I just fixed up the 1936, and I use that the green one only for selected pieces because I can't do a whole night with it on my shoulder. it
Hence,
just tears you up.
we are sitting tonight
I
for that
noticed.
kind of reason. That's kind of reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I actually told myself that I was not going to buy a heavy guitar because I used to play like electric guitar in high school in a band, like a all girls rock band.
I was gonna say, wasn't that
No.
something about no men? What
No
was the
Men
title?
Momentum. No Men Momentum.
Yeah.
And I had this really, really heavy Gibson Les Paul copy. And I said,
Yep.
oh, I'm never going to get a heavy guitar again. And then I was looking for guitars, and then I played the Tricone. And I loved it. I never loved a guitar like that. I just never, I'm like, oh my God. And then I had to go back and buy the thing. And I'm like, oh my God, but it's so heavy. And then, every time I went shopping for another resonator guitar, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a wood-bodied one. Nope, exactly the same. I like the sound of the steel.
Yeah.
And twice more I did it. I got the same thing.
I'm sensing
Not
a
brass,
pattern
but
here,
steel.
Donna.
Yeah, so I'm like, I just have to live with it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I love the sound of it. I just can't help it. So
There is a sound that comes out of those instruments that nothing else does.
no, yeah.
I've got a 29 Triolean, and it's one with the Bakelite neck, and that one doesn't go out on the road. It just stays at home.
Yep.
But when I got it, I had called National, and I gave them the serial number, and they said, "No, that's the oldest one we know that exists. It was made the first month they made them."
Wow.
And I was feeling really righteous. And then I happened to be up in my local music store in Macomb here, and mentioning this to the guy that owns the store. I've got a 29 Triolean. It's the oldest one that exists. He pulls out his. He says, "I got one too." His is one serial number lower than mine. The gods of irony strike.
Yep.
So slides, let's talk slides. I'm using the sawed-off top of a bottle of French Merlot. What are you using?
Wow. I'm using the Eric Sardinus Preachin' pipe by Dunlop.
Okay, how long is it? You gotta go. Is that a brass one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm using glass, and I'm doing this because I didn't know any better. And when I started playing slide, it was probably 73, 74, and you couldn't buy them. So I just broke off bottles.
Yeah.
And now I'm just used to it and gotten pretty good at it.
Sounds great
I'm,
to me.
I'm always curious about players and their equipment and such.
Yeah, it's a
just
little,
one more thing.
there's a little bit of weight. It's not too light and it's not too heavy.
Yeah, and my experience is that a heavier slide gives you a louder, cleaner sound.
Yep.
And I really like that.
And it's loose in there. Some people are like, oh, they have to put gauze and tape and stuff so that
Yeah.
it doesn't slide around. It slides around, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm never lost one in the middle of a song. I came close one time when I was outdoors when I was sweating. But yeah, I am real particular about what brand of wine I use. And it's either Merlot or Pinot Grigio or one of those really obnoxious dessert wines in the real long straight necks.
Wow.
But,
and you sanded it down yourself.
Oh yeah, no. After 40 years, I figured out how to cut them and
Yeah.
sand them down. I would really love to get into a facility that does glass work and be able to do a bunch of them because I bought some tube glass from China years ago, and I've got a whole bunch of 10-foot
Wow.
long sections of really hard glass. But I'd need professional glass cutting equipment to do that, or else it'll just shatter.
Cool.
Well, that was my favorite part of the show. So I'll tell you what, it's about time to wind things up. Would you folks have one more song that you could play to take us on home?
Sure.
All right. Well, let's do that. Let's turn the band loose again.
Yeah.
Once again, friends, Mark Edelstein, Tony Whitrock, and the incomparable Donna Herula.
I think you guys are starting off this one, right?
Yep.
Let me just get the seats straight on. There we go. Are you ready, Patrick?
This train is a clean train. This train. This train is a clean train. This train. This train is a clean train. Everybody ride it in Jesus' name. This train is a clean train. This train. This train don't pull no liars. This train. This train don't pull no liars. This train. This train don't pull no liars. No sharpshooters and no backbiters. This train is a clean train. This train. It's Tony Whitrock, everybody. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train is bound for glory. Everybody riding it gotta be holy. This train is a clean train. This train. Keep it going, keep it going. This train is the clean train. This train. Thank you so much.
All right, that is
Thanks for
Donna
having us.
Herula. That is Mark Edelstein. That is Tony Whitrock. And wow, what a great evening of music. Folks, be sure to check out Donna's new CD, Bang at the Door, pardon me. And remember, it takes 5,000 plays on the internet to equal you buying one hard copy CD in terms of putting money into your artist's pocket. You can get her CD at donnaherula.com, and I'm sure you can download her CD at all the appropriate places, Apple Tunes, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, etc. I don't know, Spotify download? Is it just play? At any rate, check out the music. You will not be disappointed. All right, I want to thank Donna, Mark, and Tony for a great show. I want to thank the Two Rivers Arts Council and the Illinois Arts Council Agency for supporting us through the grant that is keeping us alive and going. I want to thank all of you folks for joining us. And don't forget to join us next month, July the 17th, at the same time, 7 p.m. on Saturday, July the 17th, Central Time, by the way. And we will be featuring the music of Gary and Roberta Gordon. Simply incredible musicians, an entirely different direction. We're going to go old time, bluegrass, and folk with Roberta and Gary. So hope you can join us for that one. Folks, stay safe. If you haven't had your vaccinations, get them, because we want to get out there and see you folks live soon. All right. Good night, everybody. And thanks also, by the way, to Brandon O'Sullivan of Clover Digital for keeping us on the air safe and sound. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank
See you
you.
next time.
Thank you.